Chapter 1. The Signal. The control room at NASA's Deep Space Network was buzzing with activity. Dr. Lana Novak, the lead scientist, stood frozen, her eyes fixed on the screen displaying an anomalous signal. It was coming from Voyager 3, a probe launched decades ago and long thought lost in the vastness of space. "Are you sure it's Voyager 3? Lana asked, her voice trembling with a mix of excitement and disbelief. "Positive," replied Jack Simmons, the communications specialist. "The signal matches the probe's unique signature, but there's something else. It's transmitting data we can't decipher." Lana leaned closer to the screen, her heart racing. The signal pulsed steadily, like a cosmic beacon drawing them in. She knew this discovery would change everything. Miles away, in a dimly lit conference room, a group of government officials and military personnel gathered around a table. General Marcus Thompson, a stern-faced man with graying hair, addressed the room. "We've received intel that an unknown signal has been detected from deep space," he said, his voice grave. "It's imperative that we investigate and secure any potential threats or opportunities." Whispers filled the room as the implications of his words sank in. The officials exchanged glances, their expressions a mix of curiosity and apprehension. Back at NASA, Lana and her team worked tirelessly to unravel the mystery of the signal. They pored over the data, searching for patterns and clues. "I think I found something," exclaimed Mei Chen, a young data analyst. "There's a repeating sequence embedded in the signal. It's almost like a message." Lana rushed to Mei's workstation, her eyes widening as she saw the deciphered text scrolling across the screen. The words sent a chill down her spine. "We are not alone." The room fell silent, the weight of the revelation hanging in the air. Lana knew that this moment would define her career and change the course of human history. In a secret underground facility, a team of engineers and scientists worked around the clock, preparing for a mission that would take them to the edge of the solar system. The spaceship Odyssey stood tall and proud, its sleek hull gleaming under the harsh lights. Dr. Ethan Reeves, the mission commander, stood before his crew, his eyes filled with determination. "Our mission is clear," he said, his voice steady and resolute. "We will follow Voyager 3's trajectory, find the source of the signal, and bring the probe back home. But more importantly, we will be the first humans to potentially make contact with an extraterrestrial intelligence." The crew members nodded solemnly, their faces a mix of excitement and trepidation. They knew the risks, but they also understood the significance of their mission. As the Odyssey prepared for launch, Lana watched from the control room, her heart filled with a sense of purpose and wonder. She knew that the journey ahead would be fraught with challenges and uncertainties, but she also knew that the potential rewards were beyond measure. The countdown began, and the room fell silent. The engines roared to life, and the Odyssey lifted off, piercing the sky as it set out on its historic voyage. Lana watched the screen, the signal from Voyager 3 pulsing steadily, guiding them towards the unknown. The adventure had begun, and the fate of humanity hung in the balance. Chapter 2. The Journey. As the Odyssey hurtled through the inky blackness of space, the crew settled into their daily routines. Dr. Ethan Reeves sat in his quarters, poring over the data transmitted from Voyager 3. The strange signal continued to pulse, its message repeating endlessly, "We are not alone." Ethan couldn't shake the feeling that they were on the brink of something monumental. He had dedicated his life to the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, and now, it seemed, his dreams were about to become reality. In the ship's mess hall, the crew gathered for their evening meal. Laughter and chatter filled the room as they traded stories and speculated about what lay ahead. "What do you think we'll find out there?" asked Maya Torres, the ship's young and eager navigator. "I don't know," replied Jack Warner, the gruff and experienced engineer. "But whatever it is, we better be prepared for anything." As the days turned into weeks, the Odyssey ventured deeper into the uncharted reaches of space. The stars outside the ship's windows grew distant and unfamiliar, and the crew began to feel the weight of their isolation. Ethan spent long hours in the ship's laboratory, analyzing the data from Voyager 3. He pored over the images and readings, searching for any clue that might help them understand the nature of the signal. One evening, as he sat hunched over his workstation, a sudden realization struck him. The signal wasn't just a message, it was a map. Ethan raced to the bridge, his heart pounding with excitement. "I think I know where we need to go," he said breathlessly. The crew gathered around as Ethan explained his discovery. The signal was guiding them towards a specific point in space, a location that seemed to be the source of the transmission. "We have to follow it," Ethan said, his eyes gleaming with determination. "This could be our only chance to make contact." The crew exchanged glances, a mix of excitement and apprehension on their faces. They knew the risks, but they also understood the importance of their mission. As the Odyssey changed course following the path laid out by the signal, a sense of anticipation filled the ship. They were venturing into the unknown, guided by a mysterious force that seemed to beckon them forward. Days turned into weeks as they traveled deeper into the void. The crew grew restless, the monotony of space travel wearing on their nerves. Tempers flared, and arguments broke out over the smallest of things. But Ethan remained focused on their goal. He spent hours in the ship's observatory, gazing out at the stars and wondering what lay ahead. He knew that they were on the cusp of something extraordinary, and he was determined to see it through. Finally, after months of travel, the Odyssey arrived at the coordinates specified by the signal. The crew gathered on the bridge, their eyes fixed on the view screen. At first, there was nothing but the endless expanse of space. But then, slowly, a shape began to emerge from the darkness. It was a small, metallic object, tumbling end over end as it drifted through the void. "It's Voyager 3, Ethan whispered, his voice filled with awe. The crew watched in stunned silence as the probe grew larger on the view screen. It was battered and scarred, its surface pitted with the scars of its long journey. But as they drew closer, they realized that Voyager 3 wasn't alone. Attached to its hull was a strange alien object, its surface shimmering with an otherworldly light. The crew exchanged glances, their faces filled with a mix of wonder and fear. They had found the source of the signal, but what would they discover when they finally made contact? The adventure was about to take a new and unexpected turn, and the crew of the Odyssey would soon find themselves face to face with the unknown. Chapter 3: First Contact. As the Odyssey approached Voyager 3 and the mysterious alien object, a mixture of excitement and trepidation filled the air. The crew, clad in their protective suits, gathered in the airlock, ready to embark on a spacewalk that would bring them closer to the enigmatic artifact. Dr. Ethan Reeves led the team, his heart pounding with anticipation. Beside him, Maya Torres and Jack Warner double-checked their equipment, ensuring everything was in order. With a final nod, Ethan opened the airlock, and the team stepped out into the void of space. The silence was deafening as they made their way towards Voyager 3. The probe, once a beacon of human ingenuity, now appeared small and fragile against the backdrop of the cosmos. As they drew closer, the alien object attached to its hull came into focus, its surface shimmering with an iridescent glow. "I've never seen anything like it," Maya breathed, her voice filled with wonder. Jack, ever cautious, kept a watchful eye on their surroundings. "Stay alert," he warned. "We don't know what we're dealing with." Ethan approached the object, his gloved hand trembling slightly as he reached out to touch its surface. As his fingers made contact, a sudden pulse of energy surged through his suit, causing him to gasp in surprise. "Ethan!" Maya cried out, rushing to his side, but Ethan held up a hand, signaling that he was unharmed. "I'm okay," he said, his voice filled with awe. "It's communicating with me." The team watched in astonishment as the object began to glow brighter, its surface rippling with strange patterns and symbols. Ethan's mind was flooded with a torrent of images and sensations, a language he couldn't comprehend but somehow understood on a fundamental level. "It's an invitation," he said, his eyes wide with realization. "They want us to follow them." Jack shook his head, his brow furrowed with concern. "Follow them where? We don't even know who they are." But Ethan was already moving, his hand still resting on the object's surface. "We have to trust them," he said, his voice filled with conviction. "This is what we came here for." Reluctantly, the team followed Ethan's lead, their hearts racing as they prepared to step into the unknown. As they drew closer to the object, a blinding light engulfed them, and the world around them faded away. When the light dissipated, the team found themselves in a strange, alien landscape. Towering structures of crystalline beauty rose up around them, their surfaces shimmering with the same iridescent glow as the object on Voyager 3. "Where are we?" Maya whispered, her eyes wide with wonder. "I don't know," Ethan replied, his voice filled with awe, "but I think we're about to find out." As if on cue, a figure emerged from the shadows, its form unlike anything the team had ever seen. It was tall and slender, with luminescent skin that seemed to shift and change with each movement. Its eyes, deep and ancient, fixed upon the humans with a mixture of curiosity and understanding. "Welcome," the being said, its voice resonating in their minds. "We have been waiting for you." The team exchanged glances, their hearts filled with a mixture of fear and excitement. They had made contact with an alien intelligence, a moment that would change the course of human history forever. But as they stood there, faced with the unknown, they knew that their journey was only just beginning. The secrets of the cosmos awaited them, and the crew of the Odyssey would stop at nothing to uncover them. With a deep breath, Ethan stepped forward, ready to embrace the challenge that lay ahead. "We're ready," he said, his voice filled with determination. "Take us to your leaders." Chapter 4. The Alien Realm. As the alien being led the crew of the Odyssey through the crystalline structures, their surroundings pulsed with an otherworldly energy. The air was filled with a soft, melodic hum that seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves, creating an atmosphere of both tranquility and anticipation. Dr. Ethan Reeves walked at the head of the group, his eyes wide with wonder as he took in the incredible sights before him. He couldn't help but feel a sense of awe at the sheer scale and beauty of the alien architecture, which seemed to defy the laws of physics as he understood them. Behind him, Maya Torres and Jack Warner followed closely, their own expressions mirroring Ethan's sense of amazement. They had all trained extensively for this moment, but nothing could have prepared them for the reality of setting foot on an alien world. As they walked, the alien being spoke to them in a language that seemed to bypass their ears and resonate directly in their minds. "Our people have watched your species for many generations," it said, its voice filled with a gentle wisdom. "We have seen your struggles, your triumphs, and your endless curiosity. It is that curiosity that has brought you here today." Ethan nodded, his heart racing with excitement. "We've always wondered if we were alone in the universe," he said. "To know that there are others out there, that we're part of something bigger than ourselves, it's humbling." The alien being inclined its head in acknowledgement. "You are not alone," it said. "The cosmos is vast and filled with countless wonders, but it is also filled with great challenges, and it is those challenges that we must face together." As they rounded a corner, the group found themselves standing before a massive doorway, its surface etched with intricate patterns and symbols that seemed to dance and shift before their eyes. The alien being raised a hand, and the door swung open silently, revealing a vast chamber beyond. Inside, a group of alien beings stood waiting, their forms tall and regal, their eyes filled with an ancient wisdom. At the center of the group stood a being that seemed to radiate power and authority, its luminescent skin glowing with an inner light. "Welcome, travelers from Earth," the central being said, its voice echoing through the chamber. "We have much to discuss." Ethan stepped forward, his heart pounding with a mixture of nerves and excitement. "Thank you for receiving us," he said, bowing his head respectfully. "We come in peace, seeking to learn and to understand." The central being nodded, its eyes settling on each member of the crew in turn. "And learn you shall," it said, "for there is much that we can teach you, and much that you can teach us in return. The path ahead will not be easy, but together we can face whatever challenges lie before us." As the crew of the Odyssey stood there, surrounded by the alien beings and the wonders of their world, they knew that they were standing on the brink of something truly incredible. They had taken the first step towards a future that none of them could have imagined, a future in which humanity would take its place among the stars. And as they looked to Ethan, their leader and guide, they saw in his eyes the same determination and courage that had brought them this far. They knew that whatever lay ahead, they would face it together, united in their quest for knowledge and understanding. The journey had only just begun, but already the crew of the Odyssey knew that they were part of something greater than themselves. They were the vanguard of a new era, the first to set foot on an alien world and to make contact with an intelligence beyond the stars. And they would not rest until they had uncovered the secrets of the cosmos and taken their place among the wonders of the universe. Chapter 5. The Cosmic Revelation. As the crew of the Odyssey stood before the central being, their hearts raced with anticipation. The chamber seemed to hum with an energy that was both ancient and powerful, and they could feel the weight of the moment pressing down upon them. The central being spoke, its voice resonating through the chamber like a cosmic symphony. "You have come far, travelers from Earth, and your journey has only just begun. There is much that you must learn, and much that you must understand if you are to take your place among the stars." Dr. Ethan Reeves stepped forward, his eyes locked on the central being. "We are ready to learn," he said, his voice steady and strong. "We have come here seeking knowledge and understanding, and we will not rest until we have found it." The central being nodded, a flicker of approval in its luminous eyes. "Then, let us begin," it said, and with a wave of its hand, the chamber around them began to shift and change. Suddenly, the crew found themselves standing in the midst of a vast expanse of stars, the universe stretching out before them in all its infinite majesty. They could see galaxies swirling in the distance, nebulae glowing with the light of newborn stars, and the endless dance of the cosmos playing out before their eyes. "This is the true nature of the universe," the central being said, its voice echoing through the void. "It is a place of endless wonder and possibility, where the very fabric of reality is woven from the threads of creation itself." As the crew watched, the stars began to coalesce and take shape, forming into intricate patterns and structures that defied comprehension. They could see the fundamental forces of the universe at work, the interplay of gravity and energy, matter and antimatter, all woven together in a cosmic tapestry of breathtaking beauty. "But there is more to the universe than just its physical form," the central being continued. "There is a deeper truth that underlies all of creation, a truth that has been hidden from your species for countless generations." The crew watched in awe as the patterns and structures before them began to shift and change once more, revealing a new layer of reality that they had never seen before. They could see the flow of consciousness itself, the intricate web of thoughts and emotions that connected all living things in a vast, cosmic network of awareness. "Consciousness is the true fabric of the universe," the central being said, its voice filled with a profound reverence. "It is the source of all life, the wellspring from which all creation flows, and it is this consciousness that binds us all together across the vast distances of space and time." As the crew stood there, their minds reeling with the magnitude of the revelation, they knew that they had been granted a glimpse of something truly incredible. They had seen the true nature of the universe, the hidden truth that had eluded humanity for so long. And with that knowledge came a newfound sense of purpose and responsibility. They knew that they had a role to play in the grand cosmic drama, a part to play in the unfolding of the universe itself. Dr. Ethan Reeves turned to his crew, his eyes shining with a fierce determination. "We have been given a great gift," he said, his voice ringing out through the chamber. "And with that gift comes a great responsibility. We must use this knowledge to help guide humanity forward, to lead them towards a brighter future among the stars." The crew nodded in agreement, their own determination mirroring Ethan's. They knew that the path ahead would not be easy, but they were ready to face whatever challenges lay before them. And as they stood there, surrounded by the wonders of the cosmos, they knew that they were part of something greater than themselves. They were the emissaries of a new age, the heralds of a future in which humanity would take its rightful place among the stars. The journey, only just begun, but already the crew of the Odyssey knew that they held the key to unlocking the secrets of the universe. And with that knowledge, they were ready to face whatever lay ahead, united in their quest for understanding and enlightenment. Chapter 6. The Path Forward. As the cosmic revelation faded, the crew of the Odyssey found themselves back in the chamber, their minds still reeling from the profound truths they had witnessed. The central being stood before them, its presence a comforting anchor in the midst of their newfound understanding. Dr. Ethan Reeves stepped forward, his voice filled with a mix of awe and determination. "We are grateful for the knowledge you have shared with us," he said, his eyes locked on the central being. "But we must know, what is our role in all of this? How can we help guide humanity towards the future you have shown us?" The central being smiled, a gesture that seemed to fill the chamber with warmth and light. "Your role, Dr. Reeves, is to be the bridge between your world and ours. You and your crew have been chosen to help humanity take its first steps towards a greater understanding of the universe and its true nature." The crew exchanged glances, the weight of their newfound responsibility settling upon their shoulders. They knew that the path ahead would not be easy, but they were ready to face the challenges that lay before them. "But how do we begin?" asked Dr. Maria Valdez, the ship's chief scientist. "How do we share this knowledge with the people of Earth without causing fear or confusion?" The central being nodded, its eyes filled with understanding. "The path forward must be one of wisdom and compassion. You must share this knowledge gradually, helping your people to understand the true nature of the universe and their place within it. It will not be an easy journey, but it is one that you must undertake if humanity is to reach its full potential." The crew nodded, their resolve strengthening with each passing moment. They knew that they had been given a great gift, and they were determined to use it wisely. "We will do whatever it takes," said Commander Joshua Matthews, his voice filled with conviction. "We will be the guides that humanity needs, the ones who will help them to see the truth and to embrace their destiny among the stars." The central being smiled once more, its approval radiating through the chamber. "Then go forth, travelers from Earth. Go forth and share the knowledge that you have gained. Help your people to see the beauty and wonder of the universe, and to understand their place within it. And know that we will be with you every step of the way, guiding you and supporting you in your journey." With those words, the central being began to fade, its form dissolving into a shimmering mist that filled the chamber. The crew watched in awe as the mist coalesced into a single glowing orb that hovered before them, pulsing with an energy that seemed to resonate with the very fabric of the universe itself. "Take this with you." The central being's voice echoed through the chamber, even as its physical form disappeared. "It will be your guide and your connection to us, a reminder of the truths that you have learned and the responsibility that you now bear." Dr. Ethan Reeves reached out and took the orb, its warmth and energy flowing through him like a current of pure light. He turned to his crew, his eyes shining with a fierce determination. "Let's go home," he said, his voice filled with a quiet strength. "We have work to do." And with that, the crew of the Odyssey began their journey back to Earth, the glowing orb of the central being guiding them through the vast expanse of space. They knew that the path ahead would be long and difficult, but they were ready to face whatever challenges lay before them. For they had seen the true nature of the universe, and they knew that they held the key to unlocking its secrets. And with that knowledge, they were ready to help humanity take its first steps towards a brighter future, a future in which they would take their rightful place among the stars. Chapter 7. The Return. The Odyssey's return journey to Earth was filled with a sense of purpose and anticipation. The crew, now armed with the knowledge and wisdom bestowed upon them by the alien civilization, spent their time preparing for the challenges that lay ahead. Dr. Ethan Reeves sat in his quarters, the glowing orb provided by the central being resting on the table before him. He gazed into its shimmering depths, seeking guidance and clarity as he contemplated the best way to share their profound experiences with the people of Earth. "What troubles you, Ethan?" asked Commander Joshua Matthews, entering the room and taking a seat beside him. Ethan sighed, his brow furrowed in thought. "I'm just trying to figure out how we're going to do this, Josh. How do we even begin to explain what we've seen and learned out here? How do we help people understand without causing panic or disbelief?" Joshua placed a comforting hand on Ethan's shoulder. "We'll find a way. We have to. The future of humanity depends on it." As the Odyssey drew closer to Earth, the crew worked tirelessly to formulate a plan. They decided to approach world leaders and influential figures first, sharing their experiences and the knowledge they had gained in a controlled and measured way. When the ship finally entered Earth's orbit, the crew was greeted by a mixture of excitement and trepidation. News of their return had spread quickly, and people around the world eagerly awaited to hear about their historic mission. The Odyssey touched down at the Kennedy Space Center, where a throng of reporters, government officials, and scientists had gathered to welcome the crew home. As the hatch opened and the crew emerged, the crowd erupted in cheers and applause. Dr. Ethan Reeves stepped forward, his expression a mix of determination and humility. He raised his hand, calling for silence, and the crowd gradually quieted down. "People of Earth," he began, his voice steady and clear, "we have returned from a journey that has forever changed our understanding of the universe and our place within it. We have encountered an advanced alien civilization that has shown us the true nature of existence and the interconnectedness of all life." The crowd listened intently, hanging on his every word. "But this is not a message of fear or alarm," Ethan continued. "It is a message of hope and unity. The knowledge we have gained is a gift, one that we must use wisely to guide humanity towards a brighter future." As Ethan spoke, the glowing orb provided by the central being began to pulsate, its light growing brighter and more intense. The crowd gasped as the orb rose into the air, hovering above the crew. Suddenly, a beam of light shot out from the orb, projecting a holographic image of the central being. The alien's voice resonated through the air, speaking directly to the people of Earth. "Greetings, people of Earth. I am a representative of a civilization that has watched your progress with great interest. Your crew has shown tremendous courage and wisdom in their journey to understand the universe. We offer our guidance and support as you take your first steps towards a greater understanding of your place in the cosmos. Remember, you are not alone, and the future holds infinite possibilities." With those words, the hologram faded, and the orb gently descended back into Ethan's hands. The crowd erupted once more, this time with a mixture of awe, excitement, and a newfound sense of purpose. As the crew stepped off the platform to begin their new mission of sharing their knowledge with the world, they knew that the journey ahead would be long and challenging. But they also knew that they were not alone, and that the wisdom and compassion they had gained would guide them every step of the way. And so, the Odyssey's crew embarked on a new chapter in human history, ready to help humanity unlock the secrets of the universe and take its rightful place among the stars. Chapter 8. The Awakening. The days following the Odyssey's return were a whirlwind of activity. Dr. Ethan Reeves, Commander Joshua Matthews, and the rest of the crew found themselves in a constant stream of meetings, interviews, and briefings. The world was hungry for information, and the crew worked tirelessly to share their experiences and the knowledge they had gained. As the initial excitement began to settle, the crew turned their attention to the next phase of their mission. They knew that the path forward would not be easy, but they were determined to help humanity navigate the challenges that lay ahead. One evening, as Ethan sat in his study, poring over the data they had collected during their journey, he received an unexpected visitor. The glowing orb, which had remained dormant since their return, suddenly came to life, pulsating with a soft, inviting light. Ethan approached the orb cautiously, his heart racing with anticipation. As he reached out to touch its surface, he felt a gentle warmth envelop his hand, and a familiar voice filled his mind. "Ethan," the voice said, its tone calm and reassuring, "the time has come for you to take the next step in your journey." Ethan closed his eyes, allowing the presence to guide his thoughts. Images flashed through his mind, distant worlds, advanced technologies, and beings of pure energy. He saw the interconnectedness of all things, the delicate balance that held the universe together. When he opened his eyes, Ethan knew what he had to do. He gathered the crew and shared his experience, explaining that the alien civilization had reached out once more, offering to help humanity unlock its full potential. The crew, united in their purpose, set to work, using the knowledge and technology they had gained to create a new center for learning and exploration. They called it the Voyager Institute, a place where the brightest minds from around the world could come together to study the mysteries of the universe and push the boundaries of human understanding. As the Institute grew, so did humanity's knowledge and wisdom. The glowing orb remained at the heart of the Institute, a constant reminder of the incredible journey that had brought them to this point. Years passed, and the crew of the Odyssey watched as humanity began to change. The petty differences that had once divided nations and peoples began to fade away, replaced by a shared sense of purpose and a deep appreciation for the wonders of the cosmos. And as Ethan stood before the latest group of eager students, ready to share the secrets of the universe, he couldn't help but smile. He knew that the journey ahead would be long and difficult, but he also knew that humanity was ready to take its first steps into a new era of discovery and enlightenment. The awakening had begun, and the future held infinite possibilities. Chapter 9. The Cosmic Symphony. As the Voyager Institute flourished, humanity's understanding of the cosmos deepened, and a new era of exploration and discovery began. Dr. Ethan Reeves and his team worked tirelessly to unravel the secrets of the universe, guided by the wisdom of the alien civilization that had reached out to them. One day, as Ethan was studying the intricate patterns of energy that flowed through the cosmos, he received a startling revelation from the glowing orb. The alien presence spoke to him, its voice filled with a sense of urgency and purpose. "Ethan," it said, "the time has come for humanity to take its rightful place among the stars. Your species has shown remarkable growth and potential, and now you must embark on a journey that will forever change the course of your civilization." Intrigued and inspired, Ethan gathered the crew of the Odyssey once more. They listened intently as he shared the message from the alien presence, their hearts racing with excitement and anticipation. The alien civilization, it seemed, had been observing humanity for eons, waiting for the right moment to initiate contact. They had seen the crew's bravery and determination during their first encounter and had chosen them to be the ambassadors of Earth in a grand cosmic symphony. The crew of the Odyssey, along with a select group of the Institute's most brilliant minds, boarded a new, advanced spacecraft, equipped with the latest technologies and the knowledge gained from the alien civilization. Their mission was to venture deep into the uncharted regions of space, to meet with other advanced civilizations, and to learn the secrets of the universe. As they journeyed through the stars, the crew encountered wonders beyond their wildest dreams. They met with beings of pure energy, explored planets that defied the laws of physics, and witnessed the birth and death of entire galaxies. With each new encounter, the crew's understanding of the cosmos grew, and they began to see the universe in a new light. They realized that all life, no matter how different, was connected in a vast, intricate web of consciousness, and that the role of intelligent beings was to nurture and protect this delicate balance. Back on Earth, the Voyager Institute became a beacon of hope and knowledge, inspiring a new generation of explorers and dreamers. The discoveries made by the crew of the Odyssey were shared with the world, and humanity began to see itself as part of a much larger, grander narrative. As Ethan and his team continued their journey through the stars, they knew that they were not alone. They were part of a cosmic symphony, a grand orchestra of life and consciousness that spanned the entire universe. And with each new step, each new discovery, they moved closer to unlocking the ultimate secrets of existence, to achieving a level of understanding and wisdom that would forever change the course of human history. The cosmic symphony played on, and humanity, guided by the light of knowledge and the wisdom of the stars, embarked on a new chapter in its eternal quest for understanding and enlightenment. Chapter 10. The Celestial Convergence. As the crew of the Odyssey ventured deeper into the uncharted regions of space, they found themselves drawn to a peculiar star system. The alien presence within the glowing orb had guided them to this location, hinting at a significant event that would soon unfold. Upon entering the system, they were greeted by an awe-inspiring sight. Dozens of advanced spacecraft from various civilizations had gathered, forming a celestial convergence. The ships were of all shapes and sizes, each bearing the unique characteristics of their respective cultures. Dr. Ethan Reeves and his team were welcomed aboard a colossal mothership, where representatives from the gathered civilizations had assembled. The atmosphere was charged with anticipation and excitement as the delegates prepared for a historic meeting. As the proceedings began, a wise and ancient being, known as the Celestial Mediator, addressed the gathering. Its voice resonated with the wisdom of countless ages as it spoke of a great challenge that threatened the delicate balance of the universe. Esteemed members of the cosmic community, the mediator began, we have come together today to address a grave concern. A powerful and malevolent force has emerged from the depths of the cosmos, seeking to unravel the very fabric of existence. The delegates murmured amongst themselves, their expressions a mix of concern and determination. Ethan and his crew listened intently, realizing the gravity of the situation. The mediator continued, "This entity thrives on chaos and destruction, and it will stop at nothing to achieve its goals. It is our collective responsibility to confront this threat and restore harmony to the universe." The celestial mediator revealed that the malevolent force had been subtly influencing civilizations across the cosmos, sowing seeds of discord and conflict. It was now poised to launch a devastating assault that would shatter the fragile peace and unity that had been achieved. As the gravity of the situation sank in, Ethan stood up and addressed the gathering. "My fellow beings," he said, his voice filled with conviction, "humanity may be new to this cosmic stage, but we stand ready to face this challenge alongside you. We have learned much in our short time among the stars, and we will not falter in the face of adversity." The delegates nodded in approval, recognizing the courage and determination of the human crew. They began to formulate a plan, pooling their knowledge and resources to devise a strategy to confront the malevolent entity. As the meeting adjourned, Ethan and his crew were assigned a crucial role in the upcoming battle. They would lead a specialized task force, utilizing their unique skills and experiences to strike at the heart of the enemy's stronghold. The crew of the Odyssey, now part of a larger cosmic alliance, set out on their most critical mission yet. They knew that the fate of the universe hung in the balance, and that failure was not an option. As they prepared for the battle ahead, Ethan looked out at the vast expanse of space, marveling at the incredible journey that had brought them to this moment. He knew that, whatever challenges lay ahead, humanity would face them head-on, united with their cosmic allies in the defense of all that was good and true. The celestial convergence marked the beginning of a new chapter in the story of the universe, one in which the powers of light and darkness would clash in a battle for the very soul of existence. And Ethan and his crew were ready to play their part, to stand tall in the face of adversity, and to fight for the future of all life among the stars. Chapter 11. The Cosmic Crucible. The crew of the Odyssey found themselves at the heart of a cosmic maelstrom as they embarked on their critical mission. The task force, comprising ships from various civilizations, set out to confront the malevolent entity that threatened the very fabric of the universe. Ethan stood on the bridge of the Odyssey, his eyes fixed on the view screen as they navigated through the turbulent currents of space. The ship shuddered and groaned under the immense forces at play, but the crew remained steadfast in their resolve. "Captain, we're picking up a massive energy surge ahead," the sensor officer reported, her voice tinged with concern. "It's unlike anything we've ever encountered before." Ethan furrowed his brow, his mind racing with possibilities. Could it be the entity we're after? "It's possible," the science officer chimed in. "The readings are off the charts. Whatever it is, it's incredibly powerful." As they drew closer to the source of the energy surge, the view screen flickered and distorted, unable to handle the intense radiation. Suddenly, a blinding light filled the bridge, forcing the crew to shield their eyes. When the light subsided, they found themselves in a realm unlike any they had ever seen. Swirling tendrils of energy danced around them, crackling with raw power. In the center of the maelstrom, a dark and ominous presence loomed, its form shifting and morphing like a living nightmare. "Insignificant beings," a voice boomed, its tone dripping with malice. "You dare to challenge the might of the void?" Ethan stepped forward, his voice steady and determined. "We stand united against your darkness. We will not allow you to destroy the harmony of the universe." The entity laughed, a chilling sound that reverberated through the very fabric of space. Your unity is futile. I will consume all that exists, and nothing can stop me. The task force sprang into action, their ships launching a barrage of weapons at the entity, but the void seemed to absorb the attacks, growing stronger with each blow. Ethan realized that conventional weapons were useless against such a foe. He turned to his crew, his eyes searching for answers. We need to find another way. There must be a weakness we can exploit. The science officer's eyes widened with a sudden realization. Captain, the entity seems to be drawing its power from the very fabric of space-time. If we can disrupt that connection, we might stand a chance. Ethan nodded, his mind already formulating a plan. We need to create a cosmic crucible, a focal point that can sever the entity's link to the universe. The task force worked together, their ships maneuvering into formation. They began to channel their energy, focusing it into a single, blinding point of light. The Odyssey took the lead, its crew pouring every ounce of their strength and determination into the effort. The entity roared in defiance, lashing out with tendrils of darkness. But the task force held firm, their united will pushing back against the encroaching shadows. As the crucible grew in intensity, the void began to flicker and fade, its connection to the universe weakening. Ethan gritted his teeth, sweat pouring down his brow as he maintained his focus. With a final, blinding burst of energy, the cosmic crucible severed the entity's link, and the void collapsed in on itself, its screams of rage and agony echoing through the cosmos. The task force emerged victorious, but the battle had taken its toll. Ships were damaged and crew members were injured, but they had achieved the impossible, standing together against a threat that had seemed insurmountable. As they regrouped and tended to their wounds, Ethan looked out at the stars, a sense of awe and humility washing over him. They had faced the darkness and emerged stronger, united in their purpose and their belief in the power of unity. The journey was far from over, but the crew of the Odyssey knew that were part of something greater, a cosmic tapestry woven from the threads of countless civilizations. And as long as they stood together, there was no challenge they could not overcome, no darkness they could not banish with the light of their combined strength and wisdom. Chapter 12. The Cosmic Symphony. In the aftermath of their epic battle against the Void, the crew of the Odyssey and their allies found themselves adrift in the vast expanse of space, their ships battered but their spirits unbroken. Ethan stood on the bridge, his gaze fixed upon the stars, marveling at the profound truth they had uncovered. "We've seen things that few could ever imagine," he said softly, his voice filled with awe. "The very fabric of the universe, the cosmic dance of life and consciousness." The crew members nodded in agreement, their eyes shining with a newfound understanding. They had witnessed the power of unity, the strength that came from standing together against the darkness. As they began the long journey back to Earth, a strange sensation washed over them. It was as if the universe itself was whispering to them, a gentle melody that resonated deep within their souls. "Do you feel that?" the science officer asked, her voice filled with wonder. "It's like the cosmos is singing to us." Ethan closed his eyes, allowing the sensation to wash over him. In that moment, he saw the universe in a new light, a symphony of life and consciousness that spanned the entire cosmos. "We are all part of this cosmic symphony," he said, his voice filled with reverence. "Every living being, every civilization, every star and planet, we are notes in a grand celestial composition." As they traveled through the stars, the crew of the Odyssey began to share their experiences with the other ships, spreading the profound truth they had discovered. The knowledge of the cosmic symphony spread like wildfire, igniting a sense of unity and purpose among the diverse civilizations. On Earth, the news of their discovery was met with a mix of awe and disbelief. Some feared the implications of such knowledge, while others embraced it as a catalyst for change. Ethan and his crew found themselves at the center of a global conversation, their words and actions inspiring countless others to look beyond their differences and see the fundamental interconnectedness of all things. As the weeks turned into months, the impact of their discovery began to manifest in profound ways. Nations put aside their conflicts, recognizing the futility of division in the face of the cosmic truth. Scientific breakthroughs accelerated as researchers from different fields collaborated, driven by a shared purpose. The crew of the Odyssey became symbols of hope and unity, their names etched into history as the pioneers who had bridged the gap between the stars and the human soul. Ethan stood before a gathered crowd, his voice filled with emotion as he spoke of the journey that had changed everything. "We set out to find a lost probe, to unravel a mystery," he said, his eyes shining with tears. "But what we found was so much more. We found the truth of our existence, the very essence of life itself." He paused, looking out at the sea of faces before him, each one a unique note in the cosmic symphony. "And now it falls to us to be the conductors of this grand orchestra, to guide humanity towards a future where we embrace our place in the cosmos, where we celebrate the diversity that makes us stronger." As the crowd erupted in applause, Ethan felt a sense of purpose wash over him. He knew that the road ahead would not be easy, that there would be challenges and obstacles to overcome. But he also knew that they had the strength to face whatever lay ahead, for they were part of something greater, a cosmic symphony that had been playing since the dawn of time. And as long as they held fast to that truth, as long as they stood together in the face of the unknown, there was no limit to what they could achieve, no horizon that could not be reached. The crew of the Odyssey had set out to find a lost probe, but in the end, they had found something far more precious, the very essence of life itself, the cosmic symphony that united them all.